Hi, welcome to Open Hand Farm. This is the close of the month of July, which means that it's time to see how much harvest I had from my garden in the month of July. I'm going to show you how I keep track of my harvest and write it down the way that I do it so that you can see how easy it is if you want to keep track of your harvest as well. The first thing I do is I weigh it. So I take my scale and I put a bowl on it and I tear out the scale so that it says 0. Then I put each fruit or vegetable, whatever I'm weighing, in the bowl so that I can weigh how much all of that vegetable weighs. And then I record it, I take that out, and I put the next vegetable in and see how much of it I have, and I just keep going. So I do that every day that I harvest something, and I write it down in just this little tablet. I'll put the date and I'll put the items that I am weighing and how much they weigh. And then at the end of the month, I make a chart like this by hand on a blank piece of paper, and I just write down what items I have from the garden that month. Now I'm going to go through this little tablet and I'm going to record under each item the different weights that I had and then tally it and see what my total is for the month of July. So let's get that done. Okay, on July 2nd, I had cucumbers, 3 pounds, 3 ounces. And green beans, 4 ounces, spinach, 5 ounces, okra, 4 ounces, and zucchini, 14 ounces. On the 6th of July, I had 5 ounces of cucumber. Yellow squash, I had 6 ounces. Zucchini, I had 1 pound. Okay, I went ahead and tallied each variety of vegetable or fruit that I harvested this month. And now we're gonna do our total. And I'm gonna total them with you so that you see how I figure out the ounces and pounds as I'm adding things together. If you're not used to doing this kind of thing, this might help. So I'm gonna start with all of the ounces. So for cucumbers, I had 10 pounds, 6 ounces, but I'm only gonna do the ounces right now. So I'm gonna do 6 plus, for green beans, my total included 15 ounces. Up here I have 10 ounces. I have 12 here. For the raspberries, I do pints, so there's nothing there. Now, down here with the okra, I have 7. I have 10 here, 2 here, 7 here. Down here, I have 3. I have 8. No ounces here, just 1 pound. So here we have 4 ounces, and here we have 2 ounces. So that equals 86 ounces. Okay, now the first thing we need to do is decide how many pounds are in 86 ounces because we don't want to leave it at 86 ounces. So I'm going to take the 86 and I'm going to divide it by 16. So that is 5.375 pounds. So I'm going to carry, I don't have my other pounds up here yet, but I'm going to go ahead and lay my 5 there so that I know I need to add that to my total of pounds. Now this is now no longer going to be 86 ounces. This is now going to be, I don't want to do it in decimals, so I don't want to do 0.375. Now I will go 5 times 16 equals 80. So if I take away 80 of these ounces, that means I have 6 ounces left. So this is the 80 ounces up here changed into 5 pounds. I hope this is making sense. So now I will go back through and add all of the pounds. So here I have 10, 2, 1. This is pints again. Have 1, 2, 2, 12, 1, 26, 1, and 1. So that equals 59 pounds. So I will put my 59 pounds next to my 86 ounces, and I will add this extra 5 that I carried from over here. So 59 plus 5 is 64 pounds and 6 ounces. So that is my total for the month of July. I harvested 64 pounds, 6 ounces of food. All right, so I have to tell you that my total for July last year was 203 pounds and 7 ounces. Let me tell you the difference. If you look at this squash, you'll see that I had so much squash. I had 26 pounds of zucchini and I had 30 pounds of yellow squash last year. My squash this year has not done well. We also had more tomatoes last year at this time. Well, it was warmer last year than it was this year, and those tomatoes like heat. I also had 28 pounds of cucumbers. I also had fruit last year that I didn't have this year. I had blackberries, I had peaches, I had pears, I had pumpkins, and I had more green beans. So as you can see, I've started this year off with less harvest than I had last year. But you know what? That's okay, because I have been able to preserve. I have used the food that I have grown properly. I haven't wasted it. I have shared it with others as well, and I feel good about it. Now, was it this big? No. But I'm not going to let the totals define whether or not I had a good garden, because things change from year to year. We've had a lot of rain and colder weather this year, and it just got hot. Like last week, we had a hot week, and those peppers are growing and those tomatoes are growing, and I finally had some start to change color. As you can see, the last harvest that I did here was 3 pounds, 7 ounces, but there's not a lot of them yet. So hopefully we'll see a pickup in the amount that I harvest next month if we get more warm weather. Right now we're in the 70s, and that isn't gonna change tomato colors, and it's not gonna change pepper colors, and it's not gonna grow the okra as well. Those things like the heat. My yellow squash is gone. The bugs killed it. My zucchini is gone. The bugs killed it. But that's okay. I'm going to keep going. I'm going to replant some other things and just keep harvesting and keep preserving what I have. Thank you for coming along with me today. I could say I'm disappointed in what I have harvested so far, but I'm really not, because I have been so busy and life has been kind of crazy this past year. And I really haven't had the time that I need right this minute to do a lot more harvesting and preserving than I already have. Now, next month, I plan on spending the whole month on preserving things. And if my garden cannot provide for me what I need, I'll go to a produce auction. I'll find it somehow, and I will be able to preserve the things I need to provide for my family through the winter without worrying about it. So I will just be thankful for what I have and go from there. I hope your gardens are going well. Please leave in the comments. Tell me, is this a harder year for you than last year? Or is it a better year? Let me know. I know the different areas will have different answers, but I would love to know about your garden as well. So until next time, blessings on you and yours.